OSNA POLICE Department. Program CMS. Incident Report. Rhyme 15137. OSNA 000368. Photographed by CSI Pavlik and then videotaped by myself. The search was concluded at approximately 3:05 p.m., whereupon Detective Riccari and I were the last two officers in the house. Upon securing the residence, we met with the gentleman who identified himself to Detective Riccari as the lawyer for the defendant, and he was informed that the residence was secured and that copies of the inventory return had been left on the first floor table of the personal assistant's office. Detective Riccari and I returned to police headquarters and secured for the day. Narrative 14 reported by Dawson, Michael C. November 7, 2005 entered by Altamiro Nikki A. November 7, 2005. On October 20, 2005, I assisted Defective Riccari in the execution of a search warrant at 358 El Brillo Way, Palm Beach, Florida, 33,480. Upon the announcement of the search warrant, immediate contact was made with 3 white males who came out of the house or surrounding structure. Those males were identified as Janus Banasiak Daniel Estes and Mark Zeff. As other members of the police department cleared the home, I kept watch over these 3 males. Once the house was cleared, those males were turned over to Detective Riccari. Detective Dix and I were assigned to assist in the search of the main house, the cabana, and the servants' quarters. We started in the garage. All areas of the garage were searched to include 4 vehicles. These vehicles were 3 black Mercedes-Benz cars registered to Jeffrey Epstein. The 4th vehicle was a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, green in color, registered to Jeffrey Epstein. Nothing was recovered from the garage. A towel closet and pantry located off the kitchen were searched and yielded negative results. Fifth kitchen was searched and taken into evidence was a phone message book that was located near a house phone. North of the kitchen was an office room which contained a computer. The room had a closet that contained a locked gun locker. The combination was entered by Banasiak in the presence of Sergeant Frick and the safe was opened. Items were taken from the room. See the completed property receipt for a detailed list. A green bathroom located on the first floor was searched and nothing was taken. A closet located just west of the green bathroom was searched. 2 massage tables were located in the closet along with a photo of a nude. 8790906 Palm Beach Police Department page. 46 rhyme. 150137 Incident Report Program. CMS. A say no. 105-368. Female from the waist up. See the property receipt for details. I searched 2 bedrooms and their adjoining bathrooms, which were located on the 2nd floor on the east side of the house. In the northeast bedroom closet, I found adult sex toys called twin torpedoes. Soap made in the shape of a penis and vagina were also found in these upstairs bedrooms. See the property receipt for details. I searched the pool cabana located on the south side of the pool. Photos were taken from the wall. See the property receipt for details. I assisted in the search of Banasiak's living quarters. Numerous CDs along with a message book was seized. See the property receipt for details. Narrative 15. Reported by Recarey, Joseph. 11-8. Entered by Altamiro, Nikki A. 11-8. On November 1, 2005, I was contacted by Addie, Gus Frunston, who advised he was willing to assist with the investigation. Addie. Frunston advised he would try to have his client, Jeffrey Epstein, available to be interviewed. I explained I would be interested in conducting an interview with his client as well as other employees that are employed within the house. Addie. Frunston advised he would return my call once he received confirmation on the interviews. On November 6, 2005, I attempted contact with at her residence. I left a business card for her to return my call. Upon returning to the police department, I had received a telephone call from I returned her call at and spoke with. She made arrangements to respond to the station to provide an interview. At approximately 3:30 p.m., she arrived at the Palm Beach police station with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was allowed to sit in the lobby area while Ms. 111 was interviewed. I took MS to the Detective Bureau interview room. I closed the door for privacy and explained to her that I appreciated her coming to the police station for the interview. During the sworn taped statement, she advised she was at Jeffrey Epstein's house one time. Aproi. Tet rea. She advised she was in need to make some quick cash to make the rent that month. She agreed to go to the house. She had been told by that the massage would have to be done in her underwear. Sne advisor drove with her and brought her into the house. They walked into the kitchen area and took the stairs upstairs. Further stated she was brought into a master bedroom area. She advised she recalled seeing portraits of naked women throughout the room. A massage table was already out near the sauna shower area in the master bedroom. Epstein entered the room wearing only a towel and, case 1-15 CV-7433 RWS document 173-8 filed May 27, 2016 page 4 of 45 case 115 CV-7433 lap document 1320-13 filed January 33 lap document 144-7 page. PALMBE a CH Police Department. Incident Report. I'm 1501-37-19S5 000-368. No. Introduced himself as Jeff. Advised she recalled she and removed their clothing down to their panties. Epstein lay on his stomach area, and they provided a massage on his legs and feet area. If she had any formal massage training, and she replied. Advised she was topless, and the panties she wore were the no. She continued the massage until boy shorts lace panties. The last 10 minutes of the massage Epstein told Tito leave the room so that could finish the massage. Got dressed and Epstein turned over onto his back. Epstein then removed the towel, which had been around his waist. Epstein laid there naked and requested that rub his chest area. Stated as she did this, Epstein began masturbating as she rubbed his chest. Stated he pulled down her boy's short panties and he produced a large white vibrator with a large head. She stated it was within a drawer in Bis master bathroom. He rubbed the vibrator on her vagina area. Advised he never penetrated her vagina with the vibrator. He continued to rub her vagina with the vibrator as he continued to masturbate. Stated she was very uncomfortable during the incident but knew it was almost over. Epstein climaxed and started to remove himself from the table. He wiped himself with the towel he had on previously and went into the shower area. LT got dressed and met within the kitchen area. Epstein came into the kitchen and provided $200 for bringing Galil and paid $200 too for providing the massage. Was told to leave her telephone number with Sarah, his assistant, for future contact. Provided her cellular telephone number for future contact. Was asked if she was recently contacted about this investigation by anyone from the Epstein organization. She replied she was called, but it was for work. She stated she was called by Sarah for her to return to work for Epstein. Stated work is the term used by Sarah to provide the massage in underwear. Advised she declined, as she was not comfortable in providing that type of work. The interview was concluded and the videotape was placed into evidence. Investigation continues. N. Arati VE 16. Reported by RECAREY. Joseph 11-10-10. Entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. November 10, 2005. On November 7, 2005, I made telephone contact with who advised she would be able to meet with me at her home. Det. Sandman and I traveled to her home in LTL and made contact with. During a sworn tape statement, stated she met Jeffrey Epstein through Haley Robson. Robson would approach females who wished to work for him. Stated she was asked to work for him but declined. 9 explained that work means give massages. She was asked about any formal training in providing massages, to which she said no. Said she accompanied Robson and other females. 48 page. 719-06 Greater Thanet. Program. CMS. Incident Report. I'm 15137. 1-5 0000368. Us no. Who were taken to Epstein's house to provide massages. Further stated she had been to the house approximately 4 or 5 times in. She accompanied Robson with Li. The past year. The 14-year-old victim, and 3 in time the girls were taken over, they were previously told they would have to provide a massage, possibly naked. It was also told that should Epstein require them to do anything extra and they were not comfortable just to tell him and he would stop. Stated Robson received $200 for each girl she brought over to massage Jeffrey Epstein. When I asked which girl appeared to be the youngest, she replied, the victim. As she stated, she was 15 years old at the most. She looked really young. 111. Further stated each time she went to the house, she sat in the kitchen and waited with Robson. She further stated that the cook would, until the massage was over. I asked her if they make lunch or a snack for them as they waited. Was anything that caught her attention within the home. Stated there were a lot of naked girls in photographs throughout the interview was concluded and the tape was turned into house evidence. Investigation continues. Narati v. 17. Reported by RECAREY. Joseph 1110 AOS entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. November 10, 2005. Det. Dawson and I attempted contact within. I left my business card at her front door. MS returned my call and arranged a meeting with me at the Palm Beach Police Department for November 8, 2005. At approximately 2:00 p.m., arrived at the Palm Beach Police Department. She was brought into the interview room and the door was closed for privacy. She was told that I appreciated her coming to the police station for questioning regarding an ongoing investigation. She was told that I was investigating a crime involving Jeffrey Epstein and knew, based on the investigation, that she had encounters with him in the past. During a sworn taped statement, stated she had met Epstein approximately 2 years ago. She was first introduced to Epstein by Haley Robson. Robson approached her about working for Epstein and providing a massage to him for $200. The arrangements were made, and as Robson could not take her the day the arrangements were made, Took also attended and was familiar with Epstein. Recalled she was brought there and entered through the back kitchen door. She had met with an assistant, Sarah, and another assistant, Adriana. Sarah brought her upstairs as she observed several photographs of naked females throughout the house. Stated Epstein came in the room, wearing only a towel, and laid on the table. Stated he picked out the oils he wanted her to use and requested she remove her clothing to provide the massage. Stated that on the first massage she provided, she did not remove her. JA-TE 719-06 PALMBEACHPOLICE Department Page 49 Rhyme 1501 37 Incident Report Program. CMS. Eyes. No. 1-5 0000368. Clothing. Whoa. Stated she had returned several times after that. Each time she returned, more things happened. Stated that the same thing would happen. Epstein would walk into the master bathroom area wearing only a towel. He would masturbate as she provided a massage. Stated she was unsure if he climaxed as he masturbated under the towel. Additionally, she never looked below his waist. She claimed that Epstein would convince her to remove her clothes. She eventually removed her clothes and stayed in her thong panties. On occasion, Epstein would use a massager vibrator, which she described as white in color with a large head, on her. Every time she provided a massage, he would masturbate. Added she has no formal training in providing a massage. Stated she brought 2 females during her visits to provide massages. Stated she brought a girl named Anne from ISI. Stated she received $200 for each girl she brought. Additionally, GTD was given $200. 000 for taking her in the very beginning. The interview was concluded and the tape was placed into evidence. Investigation continues. Narati VE 18. Reported by Ricari, Joseph 1-13-05 entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. 11:14, Vicky A. On November 8, 2005, I made telephone contact with WF at her residence, responded to the police station for an interview reference an ongoing investigation. At approximately 2:30 p.m., she arrived at the Palm Beach police station and was brought into the interview room for the interview. The door was closed for privacy and she was told that I appreciated her cooperation in this case. During a sworn tape statement, stated she had met Jeffrey Epstein approximately 1 year ago. She was approached by a subject known to her as Q. T had asked her if she wanted several girls from I to make money providing massage to E. Aid heard that. We're doing this and making money. She agreed and was taken to the house by had introduced her to Sarah and Epstein and brought her upstairs to a master bedroom and master bathroom where a massage table was prepared and the proper oils were taken out. EFT the room and waited downstairs for stated Epstein entered the room wearing a towel and she provided a massage wearing only her thong panties. Advised Epstein had masturbated every time she provided a massage. She stated Epstein continued to masturbate until he climaxed. Once that occurred, the massage was over. She felt the whole situation was weird, but she advised she was paid $200 for providing the massage. She also stated received $200 for bring to Epstein. Stated she had gone a total of 15 times to his residence to provide a massage and things had escalated from just providing a program. CMS. Incident report. Time, 15:137. ASE no. Massage. Epstein began touching her on her buttocks and grabbed her closer to him as he masturbated. Epstein also grabbed her breasts and fondled her breast with his hands as she provided the massage. Stated on one occasion, he offered extra monies to have vaginal. She stated this all occurred on the massage table. Intercourse. Stated Epstein penetrated her vagina with his penis and began having intercourse with her until he reached the point of climax. Epstein removed his penis from her vagina and climaxed onto the I asked her. Received $3 for her massage. Massage table. If she had any formal training in providing massages, Alil stated she did not. Continued to state on one other occasion Epstein introduced his assistant Nada into the massage. Nada was brought into room with to provide a massage. Epstein had them kiss and fondle each other around the breasts and buttocks as they provided a massage to Epstein. Epstein watched and masturbated as this occurred. On other occasions, Epstein introduced the large white vibrator massager during the massage. Epstein stroked the vibrator massager on vagina as she provided the massage. Stated the last time she spoke with anyone at the house was with Sarah during the weekend of October 2 or 3, 2005. Stated she had brought 25 people to the Epstein house. Names of 6 and no known last. Noted 1,111 had been previously identified as been previously interviewed. The interview was concluded and the videotape was placed into evidence via the locker system. On November 9, 2005, Sergeant Frick and I traveled to 6,791 Fairway Lakes Drive in Boynton Beach, Florida, in hopes to interview Juan Alessi, the former houseman of Epstein's home. As no one was home, a business card was left for him to return my call. We then traveled to 11,349 SW 86 Lane in Miami in hopes to interview Alfredo Rodriguez, one a former houseman of Epstein. We did not locate them at home. I left a business card for him to return my call. We then traveled to and met with Dean of Students, Mr. We requested to speak with MC was re-interviewed, as she still was in possession of the rental car that Epstein had acquired for her. Stated that Sarah Epstein's assistant had called her on her cellular telephone and informed her that rental was extended for her. Sarah stated she had paid an additional $625,000 for her to keep the rental an extra month. Was asked if she had any additional contact with either Epstein or anyone from his organization. Stated she did not, other than the telephone call informing her that she could keep the car for an extra month. Did not provide any additional information. On November, at approximately a.m., Alfredo Rodriguez had telephoned reference my business card found on his door. Rodriguez stated he had worked with Epstein for approximately 6 months after. Program. CMS. Incident report. I'm 150137. Ease. No. The previous houseman left. Rodriguez stated that it was his responsibility to keep the identity of the masseuses private. Mr. Epstein had a massage in the morning and one in the afternoon. Mr. Rodriguez stated he would rather speak about this in private. He advised he would come to the police station to speak with me. Rodriguez stated he would return my call on November 14, 2005. I then made telephone contact with Juan Alessi. He advised he found my card on his door and wanted to know what I needed to speak with him about. I explained to Alessi that I was conducting an investigation on his former employer, Mr. Epstein. Alessi stated he would return my call shortly as he was in the middle of a project at his home. I received a telephone call from attorney Donald Morell from 686-2700. Mr. Morell stated he represented Mr. Alessi and did not want me speaking with his client. I then made telephone contact with the state attorney's office and confirmed that subpoenas would be issued to the former employees to assist in the investigation. I then made telephone contact with attorney Guy Frunston, attorney for Mr. Epstein. I explained to Mr. Frunston that I would like to speak with Mr. Epstein. He stated Mr. Epstein is not in residence in Florida at this time and would check with him to ascertain if he could be here by Wednesday, November 16, 2005 for an interview. Mr. Frunston stated he would return my call should Mr. Epstein decide to come into the police station for an interview. Investigation continues. Narrative 19. Reported by R.B. Carey, Joseph 11/15. 5 entered by Alaturmbive. On November 14, 2005, Det Sandman and I traveled to in one and spoke with she was told of the ongoing investigation involving Epstein. Advised she had gone to the house on several occasions. During a sworn tape statement, she advised she start 8 into the house approximately 1 year ago and was brought her into the house and she was introduced to a girl named Sarah. Once she met her, Sarah brought her upstairs into a master bedroom bathroom. Jeffrey in the bathroom. He lay on the table and picked the massage oils. She provided the massage, as he lay naked on the massage bed. She stated she rubbed his calves and back area. Upon the end of the massage, Epstein removed himself from the massage table and paid her $300. 000 for the massage. I stated she had only been at the house approximately 5 or 6 times. Said each time she went to the house she was notified by Sarah, Epstein's assistant, that Epstein was in town and would like her to work. Stated she returned to the house and was again led upstairs by Sarah. She provided the massage, clothed. Incident report. EIs. No. 105-368. Advised it wasn't really weird until later on. Was asked could she ever removed her clothing to provide a massage. Stated it was not until the 3rd time she went that she removed her clothing. Stated she was notified by Sarah that Epstein wanted her to come to work. She arrived at the house and was led upstairs by Sarah. She started providing the massage when Epstein asked her to remove her clothing. Removed her pants, shirt, and bra. She stayed in her thong panties and continued rubbing Epstein. Epstein turned over onto his back and she rubbed his chest area. Stated she knew he was masturbating himself as she providing the massage. Stated she believed he climaxed based on his breathing. She did not want to view either the climax or the fact that he was masturbating. Stated once the breathing relaxed, he got up and told her to get dressed. She was paid $3 for her services. Stated on the last time she went to provide a massage, she was notified by Sarah to come to the house and work. Stated she was now dating her current boyfriend and did not feel comfortable going. She recalled it was approximately January 2005. She said she went, already thinking that this would be the last time. She went upstairs and went into the master bathroom. She met with Epstein, who was wearing only a towel as he entered the room to lie on the table. Stated Epstein caught her looking at the clock on several occasions. Epstein asked her if she was in a hurry. Stated her boyfriend was in the car waiting for her. Further stated that Epstein got upset, as she wasn't 1 trillion enjoying the massage. She told him that she didn't want to continue, and she would not be back. Epstein told her to leave as she was ruining his massage. I asked her if she had any contact with Epstein's organization. She stated she received $200 from Western Union in Royal Palm Beach and Okeechobee BLVD as a Christmas gift. Advised she had no formal training and provide any massages. Also stated she was 16 years old when she first went to Epstein second house. At approximately 4:22 p.m., I made telephone contact with She agreed to meet with me at a public place. I suggested she come to the police station for an interview. Mid did not want to meet at the police station. I recommended we meet at the Palm Beach Gardens Mall in the food court area. She agreed and an appointment was made for November 15, 2005 at 5:00 p.m. at the food court. Investigations continue. Narrative 20. Reported by Sandman, Jennifer R. 11:16. Entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. 11:17. On 10/20/0005, I assisted executing a search warrant at 358 El Brillo Way in the town of Palm Beach, County, Florida, under the direction of Affiant Detective Joe Riccari. 53-page. Incident Report. Rhyme. 15/137. As no, January 5, 3. Detective Melnichuk and I searched the pantry room that is west next to the kitchen. This room had all white cabinets with a dark gray and black countertop. We did not find anything in this room. We searched the yellow and blue room that is west next to the pantry room. This room had a very large statue of man with a bow. Taken into evidence from this room were 9 photographs in frames of various women. We searched the main entrance foyer that is to the north of the yellow and blue room. This room contained 2 bamboo chairs and ottomans with cushions. It also contained a round table with numerous books. We searched another blue room that is west of the foyer. This room had a stereo system and bookshelves that were from the floor to the ceiling. Taken into evidence from this room were IQHT photographs in frames of various women and/or Epstein, the owner of the residence. We searched the room to the west of the blue room that has sliding glass doors that lead out to the pool. In this room, in a dresser, were 2 DVDs and 2 VCR tapes. These items were taken into evidence. We searched a 2004 black Chevy Suburban bearing Florida tag X registered to Jeffrey Epstein, January 20, 2053, which was located on the east side of the driveway facing south. I found a hrifty rental agreement between the passenger seat and the middle console. The name on the rental agreement was Johannes Sjoberg from 622 Holly Drive, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida 33410. The phone number on the rental agreement was 740-546. The vehicle rented was a white 2005 Chrysler Sebring bearing Florida tag W. The vehicle was rented on 9/25/05 at 17:58 hours and was returned on 9/26/05 at 16:52 hours. The last 4 numbers of the credit card used are 9,821. Detective Melnichuk found a piece of paper in the middle console that said I used the cash in here to fill up the tank and was signed by Johanna. I searched the 2005 black Cadillac Escalade ESV bearing Florida tag Q, registered to Jeffrey Epstein, January 20, 2053, which was located on the west side of the driveway facing south. I did not find anything in this vehicle. All of the items that were taken into evidence were photographed in the place they were located and then turned over to crime scene. Narrative 21. Reported by Riccari 1 Joseph 11-1705. Entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. 11-1705. 8/7/19. 06 PALMBEE. A CH Police Department page. 54 I'm 15. 137 Incident Report Program. CMS. As no. On November, Det. Sandman and I traveled to We met with a 17-year-old juvenile who was not in school this day due to a cold from which she was suffering. LJ was told that I needed to speak with her in reference to an ongoing investigation involving a subject she would know as Jeffrey Epstein. Prior to speaking with her, I explained that because of the fact that she is a minor, I needed to speak with her parents prior to speaking with her. She telephoned her father, Mr., on his cell phone and explained to him that Det Sandman and I were there to speak with her. I spoke with Mr. on the telephone and informed him I needed to speak with his daughter in reference to an ongoing investigation. Mr. advised he had no problem with us speaking with his daughter. During a sworn tape statement, stated she met Jeffrey Epstein over a year ago. She was 16 years of age and was approached by who informed her that she could make monies providing a massage to Epstein for $200. Had informed her that she would have to provide this massage topless. Made the house. One stated. Arrangements with Epstein and his assistants and took to the. And she entered through a glass door. That led into a kitchen. Took her upstairs to a master bedroom and master bathroom. She recalled the bathroom had a large pink couch, sauna, and matching shower. Epstein entered into the room wearing only a towel. Annie removed their clothing, remaining only in thong underwear. She further stated that Epstein lay on his chest on the table. Epstein selected which oils to use for the massage. Both tool. And provided the massage on his legs, back and feet. 40 minutes into the massage, Epstein turned area for G over onto his back and requested wait downstairs in the kitchen. Epstein instructed to finish the massage. As got Dressadil starting rubbing his chest. Left the room, and Epstein began masturbating himself as rubbed Epstein's chest. Stated he continued masturbating until he climaxed on the towel he was wearing. When asked if he had removed the towel, she stated he turned the towel around so that the opening would allow him to expose himself. After he cleaned himself off with the towel, he instructive massage was done and to get dressed and met with him downstairs. Got dressed and met with Epstein in the kitchen area. She was paid $200 for providing the massage. Stated she was aware that also received monies for the same thing. The second time she went to the house, she was again approached by. Asked if she wanted to return to the house to provide another massage. Phil agreed and the arrangements were made by for her to return to the house. Stay 2 IT drove her to the house and knocked on the same glass door that leads to the kitchen area. They were allowed entry into the house by one of the staff members. Ed her upstairs to the master bedroom and be edred on Diandi 1-5000368. 5 no master bathroom area. This time to do the massage alone, Epstein entered the room again wearing only a towel. Began removing her clothing as she did the last time she was at the house. Epstein instructed her to get naked. He lay on the table on his stomach as began massaging his legs and back. As finished with Epstein's back and legs, Epstein then turned over onto his back. Started to rub his chest, and he began masturbating himself. As rubbed his chest, Epstein leaned over and produced a massager vibrator. He turned it on and began rubbing vagina and masturbating himself at the same time. Stated she continued to rub his chest as this was occurring. She described the vibrator massager as large, gray with a large head. Epstein rubbed her vagina for approximately 2 to 3 minutes with the massager vibrator. He then removed the vibrator from her vaginal area and concentrated on masturbating himself. Stated he climaxed onto the towel again and informed her that the massage was done. Got dressed and met with who was waiting in the kitchen area. She received $200. 000 for the massage. A said house. 1,111 was asked if she received any formal massage. She never returned to the house and had no desire to return to the training. She advised she had no formal training. Was asked if Epstein knew her real age. Stated he knew as he asked her questions about herself in high school. He was aware she attended and is still attending to. The interview was concluded. I suggest Bill I inform her parents of what occurred at the Epstein house. Stated she would tell her father as he was unaware this had occurred. I left my business card for any questions they may have. We left the area and returned to the police station. The tape was placed into evidence. Investigation continues. Narrative 22. Reported by RECAREY, Joseph 1117er. Entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. 1117. On November 15, 2005, Officer Munyon and I responded to the Palm Beach Gardens Mall food court section to meet with Leela at approximately 5:10 p.m., arrived and met with us at the food court. 11. Provided a sworn tape statement in which she stated she had been at the Epstein house over 50 times. She began going to Epstein one's second house when she turned 18 years old. Leela asked if she knew of the ongoing investigation. Stated she'd aware there was an investigation as she had been told by other girls that were interviewed. Additionally, she has had several telephone conversations with Epstein one's second assistants as to what had been going on during the investigation. I asked how she was introduced to Epstein. Stated she did not want to disclose who brought her to the house, but she would. 7/19/06 The Program. CMS. Incident Report. 15/01/37. Continued. 1-5/0000368. As no. Respond to any other questions. When I asked her what happened at the It all began with the house. Stated everything happened. She would massages. Each time she went, more things happened. She stated things Epstein and he would masturbate and climax. She provided oral sex on Epstein and he escalated from there. She stated he would also use a provided oral sex on her. Massager vibrator on her vagina to stimulate her as she massaged him. He introduced his assistant Nadia or Nada to have vaginal intercourse with. She stated Nada or Nadia would utilize the strap-on she was told to, synthetic penis, to have intercourse with her. Masturbate herself as Epstein and Nada had sexual intercourse. All this was done at Epstein's direction. Could not provide exact dates as she had been to the house so many times. Sai stated Epstein inserted his fingers in her vagina to stimulate her as she massaged him. When I asked her if there had been any vaginal intercourse with Epstein, she stated she did not have. JJ stated not every time she went involved sexual favors. She did admit having sex with Nada, his assistant. Times she would just talk with him and get paid. I asked her how much she was paid each time she went to Epstein's residence. Stated she got paid $300. 000 every time she went to the house. She was told to bring other girls to him to provide massages. Declined, stating that she does what she does and did not want to introduce anyone else to do what she does. Stated she had any formal training in providing massages. I showed a photo lineup in which Nada Markinkova was placed in position 6. She reviewed the 6 photographs and immediately identified Nada Markinkova as the person with whom she had intercourse. Additionally, it was the same person she watched have intercourse with Epstein. She signed the photo lineup under Nada Markinkova's photo as the person she identified. We then left the mall and returned to the police station. The photo lineup and tape were placed into evidence. Investigation continues. Narati VE 23. Reported by RECAREY, Joseph 1129, entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. 1219. On November 17, 20005, I received a phone message from Addy Guy Frunston who advised to call his cellular phone reference his client Jeffrey Epstein. I telephoned his cell phone and left a message for him to return my call. I did not receive a call back on November 17, 2005. On November 18, 2005, I retrieved another voicemail from my work phone from Mr. Frunston advising he would not produce his client Jeffrey Epstein for any statement. Frunston stated he had spoken with Alana Belohlavek and expressed Mr. Epstein has a passion for massages. I called Alana Belohlavek and confirmed that. Program. CMS. 15/01/37 a.m. No. January 5, 3. Frunston had telephoned her reference this case. Although nothing was discussed, Mr. Frunston did advise her that Epstein is very passionate about massages. I also spoke with Delia Weiss referenced the previous employees Juan and Maria Alessi. She advised that they had been served through a subpoena process server. They were both scheduled to appear on November 21, 2005 at 12 p.m. On November 21, 2005, I met with Asa Weiss, Addie Donnie Merle, and Juan and Maria Alessi at the State Attorney Office. Asa Weiss had requested a court reporter to be present to take the statement of the Alessis. I spoke with Maria Alessi, in the presence of her attorney Donnie Merle. She advised she had worked for Epstein for 8 years, from the period of 1994 through 2002. She advised she had never had any direct conversations with him. She stated it was her husband who spoke directly with Epstein. Her work consisted of doing house cleaning, shopping, and other preparations when Epstein would arrive JL Town. Alessi stated the preparations consisted of preparing the house and bathrooms for his arrival. She advised she did view several masseuses that arrived at the house. She advised that 2 or 3 girls would come during a day and provide the massages. The girls that arrived looked young in age. Mrs. Alessi did not know any of the girls personally and were always different. She was told that when Epstein was in residence, he did not want to encounter the Alessis during his stay in Palm Beach. I then spoke with Mr. Alessi in the presence of his attorney Donnie Merle. Mr. Alessi stated that he was employed for 11 years with Mr. Epstein. He originally was hired as a part-time employee and then moved up into a full-time position. His duties included everything Alessi stated. He was the house manager, driver, and house maintenance person. It was his responsibility to prepare the house for Epstein's arrival. When asked about cooks or assistants, Alessi stated they traveled with Epstein on his private plane. He remembered dealing with his girlfriend, Miss Maxwell, originally, and then dealt with Epstein directly. I asked Mr. Alessi about massages that occurred within the home. Mr. Alessi stated Mr. Epstein had up to 3 massages a day. Each masseuse that visited the house was different. Alessi stated that towards the end of his employment, the masseuses were younger and younger. When asked how young, Mr. Alessi stated they appeared to be 16 or 17 years of age at the most. The massages would occur in Epstein's bedroom or bathroom. There were times he recalled that he would set up the massage tables either in Epstein's bedroom or in his bathroom. I asked if there were things going on other than a massage. Alessi stated that there were times towards the end of his employment that he would have to wash off a massager vibrator and a long rubber penis, which were in the sink after the massage. Additionally, he stated the bed would almost always have to be made after the massage. Alessi was never privy to what went on during the 58-page PALMBEACH Police Department. Rhyme 15137. No. Massages. He was asked if he remembered any names of the girls that massaged Epstein. He tried to remember and was unable to provide any exact names of any girls. Alessi was asked about any contact with anyone from the Epstein organization. Alessi said he did speak with Mr. Epstein shortly after my initial contact with him to find out what was going on. Alessi also stated that approximately on November 11, 2005, he was contacted by a private investigator from the law office of Roy Black. The investigator had called him to meet with him to ascertain what he was going to tell the police. Alessi stated they met at the Carrabba's restaurant in Boynton Beach and discussed the same questions I was asking him. I informed Mr. Alessi and Mr. Morell that as this is an ongoing investigation, and anything we discuss should be confidential. They both acknowledged the fact that the information would be kept confidential. It should be noted that a court reporter was present during the interviews and would be providing a copy of the statements to me when they become available. On November 21, 2005, I received a voicemail from Mr. Frunston who advised he would not be making Mr. Epstein available for any statements. He did have some words that he wanted to relay on behalf of Mr. Epstein. I telephoned his office and left a message for him to return my call. On November 29, 2005, I received a call back from Mr. Frunston who left a voicemail after hours on November 28, 2005, advising he would return my call during normal business hours to speak with me. Reference the case on November 29, 2005. Narati VE 24. Reported by Ricari Joseph 1129 France. Entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. 12-1 Ne. On November 29, 2005. At approximately 2:30 p.r.n., I received a telephone call on the department-issued cell phone. Mr. Funston stated he was calling to relay information that Mr. Epstein wished he could relay. Mr. Funston stated that he would not allow Mr. Epstein to speak with me at this time. He further stated that Mr. Epstein is very passionate about massages. He continued that Mr. Epstein had allegedly donated over $100,000 to the Ballet of Florida for massages. The massages are therapeutic and spiritually sound for him. That is why he has had many massages. Mr. Funston stated he appreciated the way the investigation has not been leaked out into the media. I explained to Mr. Funston that it is as important to protect the innocent if the allegations are not substantiated. Mr. Funston was told of the allegations that the private investigators assigned to the case have been portraying themselves as police officers. Additionally, I explained that my cell phone had been called by the private investigators. Mr. Funston advised he was not aware of that and advised they were under the direction of Attorney Roy Black and 719 PALMBE, a CH Police Department page. 59. January 5th 3. Case No. Miami. Mr. Funston further stated Epstein had originally called Mr. Dershowitz in Boston, who recommended Roy Black in Miami, who asked. I informed him that if and when any charges, Mr. Funston to assist. The call was then terminated. Would be presented, I would notify him. Investigation continues. Narati VE 25 Ja reported by Ricari. Joseph 1215, entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. December 16, 2005. A review of the telephone message books, which were obtained during the search warrant, was conducted in which various messages from different dates were made to Jeffrey Epstein. The telephone message books have a duplicate copy which, once a phone message is written into the book, the top copy is then torn on the perforated edge and the carbon copy is left in the book. First names of girls, dates and telephone numbers were on the copy of the messages. I recognized various numbers and names of girls that had already been interviewed. The body of the messages was time of the day that they called for confirmation of 11 work. 11 other names and telephone numbers were located in which the body of the messages were. I have girls for him or I have 2 girls for him. These messages were taken by Sarah for Jeffrey Epstein based on the context of the body of the messages. I requested subpoenas for subscriber information on the telephone numbers and the time frame involved. Copies of the messages were made for evidentiary purposes. I obtain EF. D that BKS Tifodar 200ist. Tufu in 2003. 1 IRS Review E 2005 year U E Kirbdu Okya E Moso Te. Girls I had spoken with. Additionally, I located based on the corrected name spelling. I was able to locate her to her residence in. On December 8, 2005, Det Carifto and I responded to. Inti. I located at her home. She advised she is attending Tone 111,111 Talent is participating in the early release program so she can maintain her part-time job. As she is still a minor one, I left my business card to have her mother return my call to request an interview with her daughter. We then left the area. I also had previously researched the telephone number 4 and telephone number. A subpoena had been issued for the information on 7. The telephone number was registered to IJ of a query offlil revealed TLA. She is the and is currently residing at Det. Caristo and I attempted contact Whittle Lee. With negative results. I left my business card on her front door requesting she return my call. We then responded to Y. I also attempted contact with Mr. with negative results. I left my business card for him to return my call. Ja Te 70906 Rhyme 15137 Incident Report Program CMS Oz No. O-5-368. On December 9, 2005, I received a telephone call from Mother, who was made aware of the ongoing investigation in Palm Beach. Advised she was told of everything that occurred at Epstein's house involving Epstein and his staff. She advised she would allow me to question her daughter about what occurred and would cooperate with the investigation. provided me with a cellular telephone number to schedule an appointment for an official interview. I telephoned her cellular telephone and made a tentative appointment for December 12, 2005. I then received a telephone call from father of S, who stated he found the business card on his door. I explained that I was conducting an investigation and needed to speak with, as she may have information that could assist in the investigation. Mr. stated that his daughter no longer resides with him and has her own trailer in another trailer park. He advised he would tell her to call me. We're made to meet with T on December 12, 2005. Due to a conflict with schedules, arrangements on December 13, 2005 at 5:00 p.m. Statement. Dia stated that when she was 16 years old, she was and met with during a sworn taped. On December 13, 2005, Det Dawson and I traveled taken to Epstein's house to provide a massage for Manift. Stated it was before Christmas last year, when S.J. approached her and asked if she needed to make money for Christmas. Stated she did and agreed to provide a massage for money. Made arrangements to take to the house and drove to the house to 11 work. 8 stated she could not remember the street name but would be able to drive to the street. They drove to the last house on the street and pulled in the last house on left side. They walked up the driveway and entered through a side gate which led to a kitchen door. They knocked on the door and were encountered by an employee who described as a un-Spanish-looking lady. 11 They informed her that they were expected. They were then encountered by a white female with long blonde hair. Was unable to remember the name of the white female with blonde hair but knew she was Epstein's assistant. She was led upstairs by the white female who explained that there would be lotions out already and Epstein would choose the lotion he wanted her to use. She was led through a spiral staircase which led to a master bedroom and bathroom. The massage table was already set up in the bathroom. Described the bathroom as a large spacious bathroom with a steam room and shower beside it with a sink to the right. Was introduced to Jeff, who was on the phone when she interrogated. Jeff was wearing a white towel and lay on his stomach so that May massage his feet and calves. Started the massage with the massage oil Jeff chose and rubbed his feet and calves. Jeff got off the phone and requested she massage his back as well. Began rubbing his back and got to the small of his back. During the rubbing of his back, Jeff asked her to get comfortable. He, Case 115 CV-7433 RWS Document 173-8, filed May 27, 2016, page 18, 415 CV-7433 Lap Document 1320-13, filed January 3, 2024, page 1845, 61 page. PALMBEACH Police Department. July 19, 2006, 8. Program. CMS. Incident Report. Rhyme 15137. Continued. January 5, 3. No. Requested she remove her pants and shirt. Removed her shirt and pulled her pants off. Just stayed in her bra and thong panties. As she finished the small of the back, Jeff then turned onto his back. He instructed she rub his chest and pinch his nipples. As she, Q, began to rub his chest, Jeff asked her questions about HG self. Remembered telling him she attended. Jeff asked her if she was sexually active before. Could answer. He also asked what sexual positions does she enjoy. She stated she was shy, didn't like talking about those things. Continued rubbing his chest. Epstein reached up and unsnapped her bra. Explained the bra she used had a front. From the front snapping device, Epstein rubbed her breasts and asked her if she liked having her breasts rubbed. Said no, I don't like that. 11 Epstein then removed his towel and lay on the bed naked, exposing his. He begged, touching his penis, and masturbated as he. Penis T explained. Jeff then touched her vagina, touched her breasts area by rubbing her vagina with his fingers on the outside of her thong panty. Tensed up and stated Jeff was aware that she was uncomfortable. F stated that Jeff told her, relax, I'm not going inside. She further explained Jeff commented to her how beautiful and sexy she was. Jeff then moved her thong panties to one side and now was stroking her clitoris. said Jeff commented how hard my seal it was. He then inserted 2 fingers in her vagina and was stroking her within her vagina. She tried pulling back to pull out his fingers from within her vagina. Jeff removed his fingers from within her vagina and apologized for putting his fingers inside her. During this time, he kept his hand on her vagi, a area rubbing her vagina. Stated he rubbed her real hard as he was masturbating. Said he climaxed onto the towel he had been previously wearing and got up from the table. Jeff told her there was $200, $000 for her on the dresser within the master bathroom. Jeff also told her that there was an additional $100 that was to be given TC1 for bringing her there to massage him. Jeff told her to leave her telephone number with his assistant as he wanted to see her again. Jeff stated his assistant would contact her to work again soon. I asked her if she ever received any formal massage training, to which stated she did not. Stated it was the only time she ever went to work for Jeff and knew what happened to her was wrong. She stated she no longer speaks Toddle because she was upset that took her there. She further stated that she had never been contacted for any additional work. The interview was terminated and we left the area. Investigation continues. Narati VE 26. Reported by Dix, Alan C. 1218 and entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. 1219. 62 page. PALMBEACHPOLICE Department. Program, CMS. Incident Report. Rhyme, 15137. No. On 102,005 at approx 0930 HRs, I assisted with the execution of a search warrant at 358 El Brillo Ave, Palm Beach. Initially, I was assigned to enter the residence and conduct a sweep of the premises for safety purposes. I then accompanied CSEU Tech Pavlik while she photographed the exterior of the house. Once this was complete, I was assigned to search certain areas of the house with Det Dawson as part of the search warrant. We began in the garage, searching 3 Mercedes-Benz vehicles, a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, and adjacent closets in the garage. Nothing of evidentiary value was located. We then searched 2 closets off the kitchen area on the east side. These can best be described as pantry or storage closets. Nothing of evidentiary value was obtained. A small office with adjoining bath was then searched. In the bath area, I located a phone message book with recent messages. This item was seized as evidence. Please note this bath and shower area are not used as designed, but are storage areas containing a variety of items to include a gun safe in the shower and assorted household items. We then searched a bath area and closet at the base of the main stairs in the foyer. Inside the closet, 2 massage tables were located as well as partial nude female photographs. These items were later seized as evidence. Nothing of evidentiary value was noted in the bathroom. We then searched 2 bedrooms upstairs on the east side of the residence. Located in the bathroom of the south bedroom was penis-shaped soap. Located in the bedroom of the northern bedroom was penis and vagina-shaped soap as well as an adult sex toy. These items were seized as evidence. We then searched the pool cabana located in the southwest corner of the property. Several photographs of nude females were seized as evidence. I was then assigned to stand by with a person I believe was Douglas Schoettle. Mr. Schoettle was in the residence at the beginning of the search warrant. He was present during the warrant service and subsequent search. I stood by with him until the search was completed and I departed the residence. I had no conversation with him regarding the reason for our presence. Regarding seized evidence, all items were photographed in place and then collected by CSEU personnel. This concludes my involvement in this case. 87/19/06 PALMBE a CH Police Department page 63 Rhyme 15137 No. January 5th 3. Narrative 27 IA reported by Crowell, Curtis D. 1221 Verse entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. December 21, 2005. On October 20, 2005 at approximately 0936 hours, I assisted in the execution of a search warrant located at 358 El Brillo Way, Palm Beach, Florida. Residence of Jeffrey Epstein. I was instructed by Case Agent Det. Joseph Ricari to secure all computer and media-related material from the residence. Upon my arrival, I was directed by Det. Ricari to a room designated as the kitchen staff office. I observed a silver in color CPU with the left side cover removed, exposing the CPU's hardware sitting on floor next to a glass-type desk. The CPU had no discernible identifiers or features indicating a make or model. This CPU is powered off with the power cord not plugged in. The keyboard and mouse were atop the CPU. It should be noted that the CPU was not connected to a monitor, printer, or other media device. On the back panel of the CPU, I observed an ATV card with RCA jacks attached. This type of hardware would allow audio and video to be downloaded onto the CPU's hard disk. The ends of the RCA jacks were unattached at the time of the search, and no external camera was located within this room. The CPU was located on the right side of a desk that held a flat panel LCD screen. The desk also held another keyboard and mouse, indicative of a second computer. However, no other computer was found. It appeared as though a second computer had been recently removed, as the cable's ends from the monitor, keyboard, and mouse were in the same area. A further search of the room revealed no media storage devices, i.e., CDs, floppy disks, zip disks, etc. This type of media is commonly stored in an area where computers are placed, yet no media was found. After completing a search of this room, I secured the CPU and turned all items over to the evidence custodian for future forensic analysis via a property receipt. I was then directed by Det Ricari to a room designated as the garden room, where I observed a wooden desk facing west. The desk held a flat-screen LCD monitor, keyboard, mouse, media card reader, and printer. However, no CPU was located. All of the cables were removed from an area where a computer had once been. A search of the desk area revealed no signs of any media devices. Det Ricari directed me to a third location designated as the cabana room, which is detached from the residence and located just south of the pool. In the southeast corner of the room, I observed an office-type setting, with an L-shaped desk holding a flat-screen LCD monitor, keyboard, mouse, and printer. However, no CPU was located. All of the cables were removed from an area where a computer had once been. A search of the desk area revealed no SIGNs of any media devices. Beyond it, PALMBEACH Police Department. Program CMS 01L 150137 Error 53. No. Det Ricari directed me to a second detached structure located on the southeast corner of the property. This area of this structure was assigned with single letters to identify a particular part of the room. In the office area, designated as Room B, I observed a powered-on Dell Dimension, attached to an LCD flat panel monitor. The screen displayed an open Microsoft Internet Explorer browser with URL address of. I observed no other active windows in the Start panel window and photographed screen. The power cord was removed from the back of the Dell CPU, and I disconnected the cable modem to prevent remote access. At that time, the Dell CPU, marked with serial number 6WPVN, was secured and turned over the evidence custodian for future forensic analysis via property receipt. I also located several media-related items within Room B, which were recorded onto a property receipt and turned over the evidence custodians. I then responded to a bedroom designated as Room F, where I observed a white-in-color CPU marked Premio. The Premio CPU was in a computer desk which held a white CRT monitor, both of which were powered on. The CRT monitor displayed a message from Norton Antivirus Software, warning of an expired subscription. I observed no other active windows in the Start panel window and photographed screen. I removed the power cable from the back of the Premio CPU and shut down all other media. The Premio CPU, marked with serial number, was secured and turned over the evidence custodian for future forensic analysis via property receipt. I also located several media-related items within Room F, which were recorded onto a property receipt and turned over the evidence custodians. This concluded my participation in the search of the residence. Narrative 28. Reported by RECAREY. Joseph 1221 entered by Altamaro. Nikki A. 1221. On December 20, 2005, I contacted A.S. Adelia Weiss in an attempt to subpoena the Epstein former houseman Alfredo Rodriguez. Rodriguez, who resides in Miami, had eluded the process servers previously and was not served the investigative subpoena. A telephone message was left as she is not available during the week of 12/19. I made contact with State Attorney Inv Teresa Wyatt and requested the same via telephone message. I then researched the victim's cellular telephone subpoena data which had been received from a previous subpoena request. I analyzed the records which depict several calls for Haley Robson. The telephone calls start on February 6, 2005 at 12:49 p.m., the same day which the victim and the victim's father stated the incident occurred at Epstein's house. The first incoming call was from Robson's residence at 561-333, 0180. The second incoming call from Robson 1 second. The second call, July 19, 2006, 8. Program. CMS. May 15-137. Il-5-368. ASNO. Cellular phone 5613080282 occurred at 1:02 p.m. The call durations were 1 minute or less. The time frame was within 13 minutes. It should be noted that Robson's residence was in close apart. Proximity to the victims. The next call occurred at 5:50 p.m. when the victim telephoned Robson's residence. Several calls were made after the above-mentioned calls, both incoming and outgoing to Robson. Further analysis showed no telephone calls to either Robson's cellular telephone or Robson's residence were registered prior to February 6, 2005. Additionally, I also conducted an analysis on the telephone calls from 305710565. The subscriber information confirmed that the number is registered to Paula Lavery from Hialeah, Florida. The address was cross-referenced to the Office of Kiraly and Riley Private Investigators. I researched the web page www.rileykiraly.com, which also showed various cases in which they assisted. I also located another website under www.coralspringsparklandrotary.org, in which Mr. Riley attended a Miami Rotary meeting and confirmed Addie. Roy Black is among his clientele. The telephone calls revealed Lavery had telephone contact with, and either just after I attempted to interview them, or just prior. A background was conducted on Lavery which revealed he holds a current private investigator license. A criminal arrest record revealed he had been previously arrested for possession of cocaine and solicitation of prostitution. I also researched the girls using www.myspace.com. This website is a new social networking service that allows members to create unique personal profiles online in order to find and communicate with old and new friends. The site allows one to establish your own MySpace corn page and decorate the page any way one wishes. I found the following. People have MySpace sites. Halif, Robon, A, and 1. I received a singular wireless packet which contained a CD which contained the results of the subpoena request for verbatim calls on. An analysis will be conducted in the near future on the phone numbers called. Investigation continues. Narati VE 29. Reported by RECAREY. Joseph 1227 entered by Altamaro. Nikki A. 1229. Upon doing research on the message books recovered in the search warrant, I located the identity of as registered to and 2SQ she currently is. The telephone number, 17 years old and is attending the J.I. 19 PALMBEACH Police Department page. 66. January 5th 3. See no. Also known as the I located. M. Responded to located the I. Alult inside the foundation and informed her that I was investigating a case against Jeffrey Epstein and knew she had been at. Started to cry and advised she had put that part. The house. I explained that although she is 17 of her life behind her years old, I needed to inform her parents that she would be I attempted. She provided her home telephone number. Interviewed. Contact and left voicemail messages at the house to speak with her parents. Debt. Caristo and I then located at her residence located at. I attempted to interview her about Jeffrey Epstein. She advised she is so in love with Jeff Epstein and would do anything for him. She further explained that she would not speak with us about him either negative or positive. She asked us to leave her property. I informed her that although she did not wish to speak with I had sufficient information at this point in the investigation to know she was at Epstein's house and provided girls to Epstein to work. I also explained that prior to our arrival at her residence, I had telephone contact with her father, 16, who was told she would be interviewed. Is currently 17 years old, and as a juvenile, parental notification would be required. We then left the area and returned to the police station. While at the police station, I left another telephone message for Jay parents. I began an analysis of Sarah Kellen's cellular telephone. The telephone number 917-855-3363 is assigned to Sarah Kellen, and the financially responsible party is Jeffrey Epstein of 457 Madison Ave. In New York City, New York. The time frame which was subpoenaed was September 2005 through October 2005. There were 87 pages of calls made either to the cell phone or from the cell phone. The local numbers were analyzed. A spreadsheet was prepared and placed into the attachment file of who was called. The unknown num were researched using Phone Finder. Common subpoenas were requested to determine subscriber information. This was done to identify additional victims or witnesses. The analysis revealed that Kellen had called the victim witnesses frequently when Epstein was in the town of Palm Beach to 11 work. 11. This confirms what the girls interviewed had previously stated. Kellen would notify them when Epstein was in Toviam, and their willingness to 11 work. The CD was placed into evidence. Investigation continues. Narrative 3-0. Reported by RECAREY, Joseph 3-6, entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. 3-6. On December 29, 2005, I received a facsimile from National Compliance. 67-page. Program, CMS. Continued. January 5, 3. Center from Singular Wireless for telephone number 5-613-080-282. This was the telephone number for Haley Robson during the time frame when an was brought to the Epstein house to 11 work. 11. The victim, analysis of the phone records of all incoming and outgoing calls, showed that on February 6, 2005, the day the victim was brought to the house, Robson first called Sarah Kellen, Epstein's assistant. The next call was made to Epstein S. at 917-855-3363 12:50 p.m. The following call was made. House in Palm Beach. At 12:52 p.m. This. Est. And at 1:02 p.m. to the victim. Lat 1:01 p.m. confirms the information provided by the victim and victim 1 second father. I photocopied the records and enlarged the page B of 10 to show the calls made by Robson on February 6, 2005. To this date, I have not heard from parents. I will attempt to establish contact with them during the evening hours. I received a package from Addie Guy Frunston, which was hand-delivered at the police station. Within the package was a letter from Alan Dershowitz and two www.myspace.com profiles. The profiles were that offandandmyspace.com is a social networking service that allows members to create unique personal profiles online in order to find and communicate with old and new friends. This package was in response to a previous meeting in which Mr. Dershowitz called to assist in the investigation and providing any additional witnesses such as house employees who have been reluctant to speak with law enforcement. I reviewed the piles Mr. Dershowitz enclosed, who designed her blog to be it still attends, sends and receives messages from friends which contain some profanity. Upon reviewing her friends' comments section from MySpace, most of her good friends sent messages to establish contact and invite her to go out. Dershowitz. Miss MQ designed her blog to be 111. I then reviewed Weblog, which was provided by Mr. One. Her blog states that her interests include music, theater, and wheat. I reviewed her packet in which she declares her love for her live-in boyfriend. She also describes using marijuana with her boyfriend. The letter Mr. Dershowitz sent advised he was looking into the allegation that one of the private investigators used by the private attorneys of Epstein attempted to impersonate or state that they were police officers from Palm Beach. Mr. Dershowitz advised that the investigators used to interview had quite a distinct speech impediment, did not claim to be, nor did they impersonate themselves as a police officer. This package was sent to both A.S. Alana Biloslavic and A.S. Adelia Weiss at the state attorney's office. I made telephone contact with A.S. Weiss to confirm she received the package and request an interview with Sarah Kellen, Nada Martinkova, and Janusz Banasiak. She advised she would assist in attempting to Yonda a 137. I'm, as Eno, 1-5. Contact on January 3, 2006. I received a telephone call from Asa Weiss who informed me that she made telephone contact with Mr. Dershowitz. She had requested the employees be available the week of January 3, 2006. Mr. Dershowitz informed her that the assistants are out of the country and would require additional time to locate them and make them available. Investigation continues. NAR at LV31 reported by MINOT Loris. January 3, 2006 entered by Altamaro, Nikki, 13. On March 31, 2005, I started conducting surveillance at 358 El Brillo. At this point, I observed at 11:55 hours a tan Altima bearing FL tag A in roadway, black SL bearing FL tag VW in drive, tan Honda Civic bearing FL tag X in roadway, black Chevy Suburban in driveway, and a black Caddy Escalade in driveway. At 13:25 hours, I observed tan Honda Civic X in roadway, black Chevy Suburban in driveway, black Caddy Escalade in drive, and a white Kia car bearing FL tag D. At 16:15 hours, I observed a tan Honda Civic X in roadway, black Chevy Suburban in drive, black Caddy Escalade in driveway, and a white Kia car D in roadway. On April 1, 2005, I continued surveillance at 358 El Brillo. At 11:30 hours, I observed a tan Honda Civic bearing FL tag X in roadway, black Caddy Escalade in driveway, and a tan unknown make model bearing FL tag A in roadway. At 12:27 hours, I observed a tan Honda Civic X in roadway, black Caddy Escalade in driveway, and a black Chevy SUV located behind the Escalade. At 13:45 hours, I observed a tan Honda Civic X in roadway and a black Chevy SUV in driveway. At 15:58 hours, I observed a tan Honda Civic X in roadway, black Chevy SUV in driveway, black Caddy Escalade in driveway, and a dark unknown model make car parked in garage. On April 2, 2005, I continued surveillance at 358 El Brillo. At 0713 hours, I observed a red Explorer bearing FL tag J in roadway and a black Caddy Escalade in driveway. At 0814 hours, I observed a red Explorer J in roadway, black Caddy Escalade in driveway, and a tan Honda Civic X. At 0952 hours, I observed the red Explorer J in roadway, black Caddy Escalade in driveway, tan Honda Civic X in roadway, and also a gray unknown make model with a BM in trunk retrieving landscaping tools. At 11:55 hours, I observed a gray Camaro bearing FL tag F, parking in the roadway in front of 358 El Brillo. A WUEF, blonde hair, teens to early 21s, thin and tall, wearing a white tank top and short blue jean shorts, exited the vehicle and walked to the rear of the house. I also observed a red Explorer J in roadway, tan Honda Civic X in roadway, and a black Caddy Escalade in driveway. At 13:10 hours, date, 7/19 PALMBE a CH Police Department page, 69 time, 15:01, 37 Incident Report Program, CMS, no. January 5th 3. Observed a red Explorer WTF driver leaving the area. Tan subcompact on roadway and a red neon bearing FL tag I. Then observed 3 WUFs, approximately 16 to 18 years of age, jogging. All 3 females ran into the driveway. There were 2 with blonde hair and 1 brown hair. On April 3, 2005, I continued surveillance at 358 El Brillo. At 0719 hours, I observed a tan Honda Civic X in roadway and a black Caddy Escalade. At 0934 hours, I observed a tan Honda Civic X in roadway and a black Caddy Escalade in driveway. At 10:57 hours, I observed only the tan Honda Civic X. On April 5, 2005, I continued surveillance at 358 El Brillo. At 10:02 hours, I observed a red Explorer J in roadway, a green Explorer bearing FL tag F in roadway, a gray Altima bearing FL tag A in roadway, white Ford truck H in roadway, black Mercedes in driveway being washed by a BDM, and an unknown dark car parked in the garage. At 10:59 hours, a blue Chevy Suburban drove to the house of El Brillo and parked in the driveway. At 11:19 hours, I observed the white Ford truck H leave the area and the drive was the pool man. At 11:26 hours, I observed a gray unknown make model car park in roadway. WEM got out of the car and walked to a house on the south side of El Brillo. At 14:06 hours, I observed a red Explorer parked on roadway and a large white box truck parked behind the surveillance Suburban. T-Narrative 32 reported by Bates, Michael J. 1-03-06 entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. 10306. On March 31, 2005, at approximately 1500 hours while conducting surveillance at 358 El Brillo, I observed a black Cadillac Escalade, unknown tag, a black Chevrolet Suburban, unknown tag, a black Mercedes 8600 FL tag U parked in the east driveway next to the 3-car garage. There was a tan Honda Civic FL tag X parked on the street in front of the residence. At approximately 170 hours, I observed the black Suburban, black Escalade, black Mercedes and tan Honda Civic parked in the same place. At 1750 hours, there was no change in vehicles. At 1840 hours, I observed the black Escalade, black Suburban and black Mercedes along with a silver Hyundai Accent FL tag AL, all parked in the east driveway, and a red Ford Explorer FL tag J parked on the street in front of the residence. At 2000 hours, I observed the black Escalade, black Suburban parked in the east driveway and the red Explorer and tan Civic parked on the street. On Friday, 1/5 at approximately 170 hours, I observed the black 70 page. Say no. January 5th 3. Escalade and black Suburban parked in the east driveway, and the tan Honda Civic parked on the street in front of the residence. At 1820 hours, I observed the Suburban and Civic in the same place and a gold parked on the street in front of the Chevrolet Camaro FL tag residence. At 2250th, there was no change. At 2330th, I observed the black Escalade parked in the driveway and the red Explorer parked on the street in front of the residence. On Saturday, 4/2 at approximately hours, I observed a black Escalade, unknown tag, parked in the driveway, and a tan Honda Civic FL Tag X parked in the street in front of the residence. At 18:05 hours, the Escalade and Civic were in the same position, and the black Mercedes FL Tag U was also parked in the east driveway. At 192:00 hours, the Escalade and Civic were the only vehicles, and both were in the same position. At 20:30 hours and 21:45 hours, there were no vehicles observed. At 21:15 hours, I observed a black Mercedes, four-door, parked in the east driveway FL Tag GL. At 2300 hours, 2350 hours, and 0045 hours, the black Mercedes was the only vehicle observed. Narrative 33. Reported by RECAREY. Joseph 15 entered by Altamaro, Nikki A. 155. I made contact with Mr. Father of who was told that I wished to interview his daughter. Mr. J stated he was aware ND had spoken with his daughter about the incident. He stated that his daughter had previously told him that she was hired to model lingerie at a Palm Beach mansion. Mr. stated he knew nothing else about what she did when she went to work. Mr. Al advised B would cooperate with the investigation and make his dogofficer available for interviews. I asked if she was available for fan inte. WJDK stated, Ste. Wash not at home at he. Moment. I an ornime 1 mega ampere a contact wit ER at a 1 ER time. Mr. expressed highest interest in the resolution in this matter, as this information has affected his daughter emotionally. On January 4, 2005, I acquired the subpoenas from the State Attorney's Office for Singular Wireless, Metro PCS, Verizon, Bell South Telecommunications, and Sprint for the unknown telephone numbers from Sarah Kellen's cellular telephone. The subpoenas were sent to the respective telephone carriers for subscriber information. I received a telephone call from State Attorney's Office, who informed me that the former houseman for Jeffrey Epstein, Alfredo Rodriguez, was present at the State Attorney's Office for an interview. Rodriguez was issued an investigative subpoena for an interview on the ongoings at Epstein's house during his employ. I responded to the State Attorney's Office and encountered Mr. Rodriguez waiting in the lobby. I brought Mr. Rodriguez to the interview room. 71 page. PALMBE ACH Police Department. Program. CMS. Incident Report. Time. 15:137. Oz, no. 1-50000368. During a sworn tape statement, Mr. Rodriguez stated he was employed by Jeffrey Epstein for approximately 6 months. He was referred by associates and his employment lasted the months of November 2004 through May 2005. His responsibilities as house manager included being the butler, chauffeur, chef, houseman, run errands for Mr. Epstein, and provide for Epstein 1-second guests. Rodriguez advised he had very limited contact with Mr. Epstein. If Rodriguez needed to relay a message to Mr. Epstein, he would have to notify Epstein's secretary Leslie in New York City, who would then notify Epstein's personal assistant Sarah, who would relay the message to Epstein. Rodriguez stated Epstein did not want to see or hear the staff when he was in residence. I asked Rodriguez if Epstein received many guests during his stay in Palm Beach. Rodriguez advised he had many guests. I asked specifically about masseuses coming to the house. Rodriguez stated he would have 2 massages a day. Epstein would have 1 massage in the morning and 1 massage in the afternoon every day he was in residence. Rodriguez stated he would be informed to expect someone and make them comfortable until either Sarah or Epstein would meet with them. Rodriguez stated once the masseuses would arrive, he would allow them entry into the kitchen area and offer them something to drink or eat. They would then be encountered by either Sarah or Epstein. They would be taken upstairs to provide the massage. I asked Rodriguez if any of the masseuses appeared young in age. He advised he didn't ask their ages but felt they were very young. Rodriguez stated they ate like his own daughter who is in high school. Rodriguez stated they would eat tons of cereal and drink milk all the time. Rodriguez stated the girls that would come appeared to be too young to be masseuses. He stated one time UNE and Stein's direction, he delivered a dozen roses to J.I. for one of the girls that came to provide a massage. He knew the girls were still in high school and were of high school age. I asked Rodriguez about the massages. He felt there was a lot more going on than just massages. He would clean Mr. Epstein one second bed, room after the alleged massages, and would discover massager vibrators and sex toys scattered on the floor. He also said he would wipe down the vibrators and sex toys and put them away in an armoire. He described the armoire as a small wood armoire which was on the wall close to Epstein's bed. Epstein ordered Rodriguez to go to the dollar rent-a-car and rent a car for the same girl he brought the roses to, so that she could drive herself to Epstein's house without incident. Rodriguez said the girl always needed rides to and from the house. Rodriguez referred himself as a human at the moment machine and was ordered by Epstein to maintain a minimum balance of $2,000 on him at all times. When a girl would come by the house and Mr. Epstein was either not in residence or was not at home at the time, Rodriguez was to provide the girl several $100s for their time and to notify Epstein the amount they were given. Epstein also ordered Rodriguez to I'm 15137. No. January 5th 3. Purchase several gifts and provide them as tips to the girls. I asked what kind of gifts. Rodriguez stated he purchased iPods, jewelry, anything the girls would want. Rodriguez stated the amount of girls that came to the house was approximately 15. Each of the girls knew each other and all seemed to know who Mr. Epstein was. When asked to identify these girls, Rodriguez stated he could not at the moment but knew he wrote their names down on a journal he kept during his employ with Mr. Epstein. He kept a journal in the event he needed to explain either to Mr. Epstein or his assistants what was done at the house or who visited the house, as he stated he was in charge of Mr. Epstein's personal security while in Palm Beach. I informed him I would need to view this journal, to which he stated he would research the book and contact me to provide the book. The interview was concluded and left the area. I returned back to the police station where the microcassette was placed into evidence. At approximately 7:20 p.m., I was notified Rodriguez located the journal and would call me on January 5, 2005 to provide